corporate bond third segment rate, which you can find on the IRS site, or 4%. So it's whichever is larger is going to be what they're going to contribute. And just to give you an idea, December 2010, that was around a 6.03% contribution, which is pretty good. For a cash balance plan, which we typically see using the GAT rate, that might only give you about 4%. So they have moved on to the cash balance plan, not using the GAT rate, which would be the lower, but they're using the long-term corporate bond third segment rate. Now, the eligible earnings that they use to determine what they would put in as that percentage is going to be your base pay. And just recently they've had a possibility of an additional 2%. Now we'll go over how they can get an additional 2% put in using in that calculation to figure out what the credit will actually be into the plan. Now the investments is a cash balance credit. And, it's nothing fancy here. Moving forward, they've just been using cash balance credit. The distribution types are the typical lump sum or life annuities. I do call them life annuities at the company. And to give you an idea, the December 2010 discount rate that was used was 5.6%. So it's a little bit higher than what we've seen in other plans. The unreduced benefit, to get an unreduced benefit from the plan, you can simply just be 65 years of age. That's full retirement age. Or you can be two other possibilities, either 62 with 30 years or 60 with 35 years. So this isn't that generous of an unreduced benefit. I mean, that really would be like a rule of 92 or a rule of 95. Which isn't the greatest, as we've seen many plans offer, full pension payouts at much lower possibilities. But again, it's 65, 62, and 30, or 60 and 35. Now, we're going to talk about three situations to give you some history on the plan. So when you're talking to somebody, you kind of know what they've been going through. They had what I call an opening balance situation, similar to the AT&T plans that we've dealt with. Participants as of 12/31/95 ended up with an opening balance since they switched over to a cash balance plan and got rid of the formula-based old-school defined benefit plan. Now, the opening balance was going to be the present value from your old defined benefit formula plan as of 12/31/1994. So they figured out, based on your years of service and your final average pay and a percentage of the plan, if I took that on 12/31/94 and then present valued it back to today, what would that opening balance credit be to you to kind of, give you a certain opening balance that's going to make up for the fact that they're switching the plan. Now, on top of doing the present value as of 12/31/94, they also put a special one-time transition benefit